Jungkook returned, his shirt a little messy. He entered quietly, eyes searching until they landed on Taeyong in the living room, folding small clothes. Sonu's most likely. Taeyong looked up, smiled warmly, as if the weight in Jungkook's heart hadn't doubled just from seeing him again. You are back? How was the work going? The reason you are here? Jungkook didn't answer. He didn't even blink. Instead, he took a step closer. Where is your husband? Taeyong froze. His hand buzzed mid-fold, eyes widening. There was a silence between them, heavy and loud. And then, as if he hadn't heard the question at all, Taeyong spoke with a forced smile, not meeting his eyes. Taeyong, you haven't eaten anything, right? It's already past lunchtime. I will go make Jungkook. Taeyong. He stepped in front of him, this time blocking his way. Taeyong still didn't look at him. Where is your husband? Taeyong again stays silent. Jungkook, just go and change. I will serve you lunch. And yeah, where are your clothes? I need to wash them. Just he just picked up a shirt again, fumbling with the sleeves, changing the topic like the question wasn't hanging sharp in the air between them. That's when Jungkook had enough. He reached forward and gently grabbed Taeyong's wrist, stopping him from folding any furthermore, forcing him to face him. Jungkook, Taeyong, please, just tell me, where is he? And then Jungkook saw Tae's eyes turning numb, the way his eyes glistening, not with anger, not with confusion, but with pain. A tear rolling down Taeyong's cheek, then another. He didn't speak, and Jungkook breathed cock in his throat and he said, Jungkook, Tae, please, I need to know. He grabbed Tae's arm, shaking him. I won't ask again, I promise. Please tell me, he didn't leave you and the kid alone for another person. Tell me he is not cheating, Tae. Just tell me. Jungkook left his arm, raising his voice as if he felt frustrated. Because Tae wasn't saying anything, he was just crying. He runs a finger through his hair, pushing them back. For God's sake, Tae, say something. His breath stopped, his own eyes becoming numb. Tell me. He walked closer, grabbing Tae's arm again. Tell me that fucker isn't cheating on you. Tell me. Taeyong sharply. That's enough, Jungkook. He turned it at Jungkook with a sharp glare, which says how much anger he is holding after hearing those insulting words for his husband. Is he that much in love with his husband? Oh, that is breaking his heart more. Jungkook, I just want to know why you are hiding. Taeyong, furious. Enough. Don't you dare to talk like that about him. Don't you dare to throw dirt at someone who is not even here to defend yourself. Jungkook, the way, why isn't he here with you, Tae? If he cares that much, why? Why can't I see him here? Tell me he is spending his night somewhere else at... And before he could finish, Taeyong slapped Jungkook across his neck. It wasn't hard, but it carried another bottle of pain. Jungkook stood stunned, his eyes wide, his lips parted. Taeyong, voice trembling. I'm sorry, Jungkook. I'm sorry. He hid his face behind his palm, ashamed of himself. Oh God, why did I even slap you? I'm sorry. Don't hate me, Jungkook. I'm not the bad person. Jungkook stepped closer and lowering his hand. It's okay, Tae. I understand your anger, but please, I need to know. Just once, I promise I won't ask again. Tae looked at him with teary eyes. You still don't get it, do you? You don't know anything. Jungkook, you left and everything changed. Jungkook nodded. You want to know where is he so badly? Fine, I will show you. Without wasting a response, he grabbed Jungkook's wrist, dragged himself. Tae stood in front of the wall, plain, except for a single large photo frame hanging in the center. Look, Taeyong said, pointing at the frame. Jungkook stepped forward slowly. His heart stopped for a moment as photo of the man. Young, warm smile, gentle eyes, and below it, in bold letter, in loving memory of Fok Surgeon, beloved husband, loving father, 1994 to 1921. Sorry, I don't forget mentioning it, but it's a part of the story, guys. The Word hit Jungkook like a punch. He stumbled back a step, breath knocked out of him, as if the ground beneath him had just cracked open. Jungkook whispering, "He is Kun?" Dong didn't reply. He just stood there, his hand clenching, eyes fixed on the frame, letting his silence scream anything he could no longer say loud out. Jungkook stood froze for a moment, watching Taeyong, shoulder trembling with the silent sob, his eyes staring blankly at the photo frame. Without a word, he stepped forward and wrapped his arm around Taeyong from behind, pulling him into a warm, firm embrace. His hands gently rubbing the back, Taeyong broke. He turned in Jungkook's arm and buried his face in his chest, his body shaking like a leaf. Jungkook didn't say anything. He just held him, let him cry, let the years of sorrow and guilt pour out like the rain against his shirt. And after what felt like forever, Tae says in silence, broken, fragile, and full of shame. Thong whispering. It was the first day of the rainy season. Jungkook remained quiet, only holding him tighter, encouraging him to continue. It was raining, and I always loved the rain. It made me feel alive, peaceful. But that day, everything changed. Taeyong pulled back slightly, just enough to look up at Jungkook with solemn eyes, was trembling. It was the 9-month pregnant, where we were standing in front of the hospital. Seojun said he would get me a Masha, just from across the street, just a few steps away. His lips trembled, breath catching in his throat. When he started pouring, I just stepped into the rain. It feels so good. I forgot everything. I forgot I was pregnant. I walked into the rain, road, Jungkook. I didn't even see the car. Jungkook broke forward, his grip tightening unconsciously. Sojun saw it. He saw me. He saw screamed my name and run. He pushed me out of the way. Taeyong's knees gave out and he fell on the ground. Jungkook followed him down instantly, still holding him close, letting Tae cry. He saved me and my baby, but I lose him. I lost him because of my stupidity, because I stepped into the rain like a fool. He clenched the fabric of Jungkook's shirt in his fist. He was so kind, Jungkook, so gentle. He loved me like I was the most precious thing in the world. He gave up his life for mine and my son. Even not to see his face. Jungkook's throat tightened painfully, his own eyes turning numb from how long he has been holding his tears. I lost everything in a second, my entire world gone, and since that day, I can't stand the rain. I hate it, Jungkook. I hate it so much. Jungkook softly. He gently kept his tongue shakes, wiping tears away with trembling hands. Jungkook. You didn't lose him because of stupidity. You lost him because he loved you too much to let anything happen to you. That's not your fault. Thong didn't respond. He just stares at Jungkook, tears falling, his chest touching. Jungkook kneeled forward and rested his forehead against Thong's. He would be proud of you, of how strong you are, and your son. He has the best part of him and of you. Thong closed his eyes for the first time in a long while. He let someone else carry the weight of his pain. After some time, he stopped sobbing and his body grew limp in Jungkook's arm. His breathing was normal now, soft and slow, half finally fallen asleep. Drained from the storm of emotion, Jungkook looked down at him and he smiled sadly. He gently brushed away the strand away, tucking them behind his ear, his fingers lingering for a moment, lightly caressing Tae's temple as if trying to memorize the softness of him. Jungkook softly, "You really haven't changed, still too beautiful for this world." Carefully, he wrapped his arm around Taeyong and lifted him up in bridal style. The moment their body touched, Taeyong snuggled closer, curling against his chest like a child, seeking comfort. Jungkook's heart clenched at the gesture. He hesitated as if he reached the hallway, his room or Taeyong's. He looked forward Taeyong's room door. He didn't care. He didn't know if Taeyong would be okay with that, if he wasn't pleased. So instead, he walked into the guest room, the one Ty prepared for him yesterday, with slow step and careful movement. He laid that down on the bed. He tucked the blanket over him gently, as if afraid even the shade would bruise the fragile heart. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, as they were leaving Thong's face. His fingers itched to touch him again, to run over his tear-stained cheek, to wipe away the sorrow. Jungkook thinking, you cried to sleep after all these years. You are still carrying so much alone. Why didn't you tell me that? His eyes roaming across Thong's delicate feature, the faint blush on his cheek, the curve of his lips slightly trembling from the pain. He looked angelic, like he didn't belong to this world. Jungkook leaned closer, eyes filled with affection and guilt, and something deeper he hadn't ready to name. Jungkook whispering, I wish I could take all the pain away. And then no, nothing more. He just sat there watching him, keeping him safe for the night, as if gardening the treasure once he lost, and finally allowed it to hold again. Jungkook just had his phone buzzed in his pocket, not wanting to disturb Thong's peaceful sleep. He stood up and stepped out of the room before answering. Jungkook, low voice, hello, officer. Mr. John, we have got the suspect in the custody. It will be better if you could come down to the station immediately. Without wasting a second, Jungkook grabbed his car keys and quickly exited the house. Before leaving, he stopped and glanced at Ty. I will be back soon. Muttering to no one else, he left. And the police station. Jungkook walked into the investigation room. On the other side of the glass, sitting with a smug expression on his face, was a man he hadn't seen in years. His heart dropped suddenly, anger bubbling inside him. It was his uncle. He can't believe his uncle was behind all these chaos. Jungkook, uncle? The man scoffed, leaning back in the chair like he was expecting Jungkook. Uncle smirking. Don't think it will be me, Jungkook stares at him, trying to process everything. This man had watched his mother raise him, had eaten at their table, had smiled beside them in family picture. Jungkook, fine. Why would you burn down her house? Your own mother's house? That uncle expression darkened. That house wasn't supposed to be hers. None of it was. Your father took everything from me. Your grandmother gave it all to him. Land, money, trust. She made him the heir, not me. He leaned forward, eyes narrowing. I didn't do it out of the hatred for her. I didn't do it to make sure your father didn't get what he wanted. If I had to turn everything into ash to do it, I will do it again. Jungkook jaw clenched in fury. She gave it to him because he trusted him. You didn't just burn the house, you destroyed memories. You shattered her legacy. His uncle looked away, scoffing, unbothered. Jungkook knew one thing for sure. He couldn't forgive this, but right now his heart was torn between two. One side was furious over betrayal, and the other urging for crying himself to sleep back house. But right now Jungkook's blood was boiling. He stepped closer to the investigation table, fist clenching, eyes burning with rage. Jungkook throwing glittering teeth. You burned it down our grandmother's house because of jealousy, because you didn't get what you wanted. That house held her memories, her warmth. It was hers, not even yours, uncle. Uncle laughed bitterly. Oh, don't play this saint, Jungkook. You lived in that house like a prince while I was treated like a dirt. She gave you and your father everything, and I was left with nothing. Jungkook snapping. She gave me nothing out of pity. My father worked for everything he have now. You stood back and watched her get old and sick and never once cared unless it had to do with the money for your gambling. Uncle slamming his hand on the table. Don't talk to me about care. Your father always manipulated her. I saw it. He made her choose him and you. You were always the golden boy. It was never about love. It was about control. Jungkook ailing. Control? You set a fire like a coward and run. You risked people's life. You destroyed the only place that felt like home, Uncle scoffing. Well, now you know how it feels to lose something. There was a long pause. Jungkook stared his chocolation. You will remember who Jeon Jungkook is. I will punish you in the worst way. Jungkook gets up and started walking toward the door. His uncle just laughed, shaking his head, as if Jungkook's words doesn't affect him. Jungkook to himself, I haven't just lost the house, I lost yours. I have lost people I loved, and now I'm scared to losing them again. He swallowed the lump in his throat. Uncle shouting behind him, you will understand one day, Jungkook, when they take everything from you too. Jungkook's step froze as if someone had knocked the air out of him. No, not this. He never wanted to happen this to him. Not again. He had lost the most precious thing of his life. Not again. Not after seeing him after so long. He tried to calm his heart, muttering to himself, losers like you can't do anything more than manipulate people. Jungkook left. His mind was already racing, not about his uncle, but about Tong. The pain he saw in his eyes, the weight he carried alone all these years. Tong blinked his eyes open slowly, looking around and found himself in a different room. And for a second he got confused, until the subtle scent lingering in the air told him exactly where he was. Jungkook's room. His breath itched. That scent was Jungkook's. He slowly sat up, and blanket sliding down his body. Everything felt too soft, too warm. He can feel trace of Jungkook, his colleague, his presence. And then it hit him that he had fallen asleep in Jungkook's arm, and Jungkook had carried him here to his own bed. Tong's cheeks turned red at the realization. His hand touched his face as if to calm his butterfly that had suddenly burst into his chest. The thought of being held by Jungkook again after all these years, of being cared for, protected, it sent a warm shiver down his spine. What would it feel like to sleep beside him, to wake up to his face, to be wrapped in those arms again, like nothing had changed? The idea made his toes curl, and his heart race like it used to during their teenage years, when everything felt new, confusing, and painfully beautiful. Tong shook his head quietly and stood up in a rush. He needed to leave the room before he lost his control of his thought. Grabbing the doorknob, he paused for a second, took a deep breath, and whispered to himself with a bitter smile, get a grip, Tong. And then he hurriedly left. As Tong stepped out of Jungkook's room, trying to calm his racing heart, he saw he was startled by the sound of the soft whimpers. Sunu? He called his brows forward. He rushed forward and found his little boy sitting on the floor, clutching his stomach, tears welling up in his eyes. Big eyes. Tai knelt beside him. What happened? Why are you crying, baby? Sunu. My tummy, it hurts. Sunu whimpered, pressing his small head against his belly. Tong immediately scanning the floor and spotted a chocolate wrapper. He got angry. I told you not to eat so many chocolate. You never listened, do you? He scolded, worry lacing in his words despite a harsh tone. Now see what happened? Your stomach hurting because you didn't stop when I told you. Sunu sniffed and looked down, guilt and pain in his eyes. I'm sorry, Tete. Sorry won't do anything good. You don't. Why don't you just listen to me when I say no to do, which will hurt you later? You end up doing exactly the thing, Sunu. Sunu's eyes poured more tears. I'm sorry, Mom. I won't do it again. Then keep that sorry to yourself. Now you will have skip your school, and that's exactly what you wanted. Prove me wrong. Sunu looked up at his mom. Mommy, don't mommy me. It's been a week since you are constantly eating chocolate, and now look what it caused you. See yourself. Sunu couldn't take it anymore, and he stood up quietly and ran around toward his room. Still holding his tummy, he glanced back once and found Tong rubbing his temple in frustration. Just then, Shaku walked in. He paused at the doorway, clutching the final moment of the scene. Sonu walking away with teary eyes and thighs twisted. Sonu disappearing in his room and shut the door behind him. Shaku, he turned to Thong. What happened? Thong let out a deep sigh and looked at Shaku, brushing his finger through his slightly messy hair. He ate too many chocolate. I shouldn't have scolded him so harshly, but I got scared. His stomach is hurting. Jungkook nodded silently, listening. I will make dinner, he said, already turning toward the kitchen. But before leaving, he reached for a small bottle of syrup from the counter and handed it to Jungkook. This will help with the pain. Can you give it to him? Jungkook hesitated, holding the bottle. Me? Dong slightly lightened. Yeah, he likes you. Just be gentle. I think he could use some comfort after my scolding. Then he added with a slow laugh. Besides, you are the guest. Time to earn your stay. Jungkook gave a short, breathy laugh but nodded. Alright, I will try. Dong turned and disappeared into the kitchen, and Jungkook stared down the syrup bottle before making his way towards Sonu's room, which he now realized it was also Dong's. His heart beat a little faster as he stood at the door. He knocked softly before stepping inside. When Jungkook stepped into the room, he saw Sonu softly sobbing. Sonu was lying face down on the bed. As he cried on the pillow, Jungkook's heart sunk. He slowly walked over and knelt beside the bed, gently rubbing his back through Sonu's soft hair. Jungkook, Sonu, buddy, look at me. Sonu didn't respond at first, still sniffing into the blanket. But before the moment Sonu, why is Mama so angry nowadays? He asked, not turning around. Jungkook started at a broken tone in the small boy's voice. He sat down slowly at the edge of the bed, rubbing Sonu's back. He's not angry, little one, Jungkook said with a small, comforting smile. He just got scared. When someone you love hurt, even just a tummy ache, it makes your heart panic. Sonu sniffed and turned around slowly, looking at Jungkook with wide, tear-filled eyes. Am I not good boy then? Is that why Mama got mad? Jungkook gently kissed Sonu's tiny cheek. No, you are very good boy. One of the best I have ever met. He kissed the top of his head softly. But sometimes even good boys make small mistakes, like eating too many candies. Sonu nodded shyly, wiping his nose with the sleeves of his shirt. Your mama loves you so much, Sonu. That's why he was worried. Next time, let's listen. Penny says no more chocolate, alright? The little boy nodded again, and Jungkook gently handed him the syrup. Here, drink this. So your tummy feels better? Sonu made a small face and he tasted, but obediently drank it. Jungkook wanted watched him, wondering how one small boy had already begun to melt down the cold corner of his life. Later, Jungkook handed Sonu a small glass of foam milk, just something simple to help soothe his upper tummy. The little boy sat cross-legged on the bed, sipping through his tiny straw. Jungkook sat beside him, watching him quietly, Sonu sipping slowly, unconsciously gazing at Jungkook, and Jungkook noticed it. Jungkook, why do you keep staring at me like that? He teased softly with a smile. Sonu blinked, lowering the glass slightly. I am just thinking. Jungkook, about what? Sonu tilted his head and looked at him seriously. Why aren't you here all these years? Mom missed you a lot. Jungkook's smile faded. His brows furrowed. The question hit him like that, harder than he expected. He looked at Sonu surprised. How do you know me? You and I haven't even talked properly before. Sonu took another sip, then answered as if he was the most natural thing in the world. Mom talks about you all the time. He says your name more than anyone else. Jungkook break cock in his throat. He does? Sonu nodded seriously like an old soul in a little boy. If he says it's when he is cooking, when he is folding clothes, sometimes when he thinks I'm asleep. He smiles when he talks about you. Jungkook was stunned. For a moment, he couldn't even say anything. He stares at the boy, his heart pounding like a drum inside his chest. Taeyong talked about him, still smiles while saying his name. After all the time, Jungkook whispered to himself under his breath. He smiles. Sonu nodded again, taking a final sip from the glass and then looking at Jungkook with wide, innocent smile. You are really special, you know. Jungkook feels something shift inside him, a warm, a quiet ashe, and a deep pull toward his childhood best friend. Jungkook shook his softly, still in awe of the little boy who was looking at him with such a pure honesty. Jungkook, what does your mom talk about me when he talks about me? He asked gently, brushing Sonu's bangs to his side. Sonu smiles, his cheeks still slightly puffed from drinking milk. He talks about your friendship when you both were friends. He began innocently. He says you were very funny and always smiling. He talks about your old days together, how you used to play, fight, and run around the village. He even tells me your silly stories. Jungkook smiles, turning nostalgic. Still, silly stories? Sonu nodded eagerly. Yeah, like that time you climbed the tree to impress him but got stuck there and he had to bring your grandmother with a stick to get you down. Sonu giggled, making Jungkook laugh under his breath too. And he says, Sonu, leaning closer as if it was a secret. We both have the same teeth. Jungkook blinked in innocence. Same teeth? Sonu sat up straight, patting his lips and pointing proudly. See this? These two front teeth. He says they look alike like bunny teeth. Jungkook eyes widened, remembering something from the years ago. Bunny teeth? Sonu. Mama said he gave you that name when you were here and you got really mad about it. He told me you sucked it for 2 years. Jungkook laughing softly. I did, Sonu. Then he said you finally got used to it. And now you're a bunny uncle. Sonu smiles proudly. He told me I sucked it too when he called me bunny baby. But now I love my teeth because mama says it's unique. And me and bunny uncle both have bunny teeth. You and me are the same. He says you are just like him. Jungkook. And I think I love your bunny teeth too. Sonu giggled and leaned forward, wrapping his small arm around Jungkook's neck. I like you, bunny uncle. Jungkook hugged him back, his heart finally beginning to stitch together the crack he never thought could heal. But suddenly Jungkook's heart pounded violently in his chest. Could it be the resemblance, the smile, the way Sonu pouted when he was upset, and now those bunny teeth, the same nickname Taeyong gave him, the same nickname Sonu now carried proudly. All the little pieces started to form an image Jungkook hadn't dared to consider before. Is he? His arms tightened slightly around the little boy as Sonu rested his head against his shoulder, sleep starting to take over. Jungkook gently laid him down on the bed, covering him with a light blanket and brushing his hair back. Rest, little one, he whispered softly, his voice shaking as he turned it around. Every thought in him had nodded into a one loud question. He rushed out of the room, his legs moving faster than his mind could handle, and there he was, standing near the kitchen, cutting vegetable, with his back turned, completely unaware of the storm raging beside him. They Jungkook called, his voice louder than it was needed. Tae jumped startled. He turned. He saw the flushed, breathless man standing in front of him. Jungkook asked urgently, Is Sonu my son?